Hello guys, hope you're doing well in this crucial. Okay. Hello everybody, today I'll be talking to you from my tent. This is where I stayed for my quarantine, which was about 14 days, but I cut it short because I did my corona test and the result was negative. So basically I'm moving out from this tent to my parents' house. So today I wanted to talk to you about my travel from Japan to England during these COVID-19 travel times. Okay, so let me rewind back to when I was still in Japan. I was living in Toyohashi City. So from Toyohashi City, I needed to get to Tokyo Narita Airport. So to do that, I had to take a bullet train. So in the morning, I took the bullet train from Toyohashi City to Tokyo Narita. I had to take the faster train. It was called Hikari bullet train. So from Toyohashi City to Tokyo Station, I took the Hikari bullet train, and I was lucky enough to also see Mount Fuji, which is always a bonus because most of the time you can't really see Mount Fuji. So I was happy to see Mount Fuji, and basically there was not many people in my carriage as well. So I did social distancing, but because there was hardly any people, there was probably like 4 people in my carriage, so I was pretty safe and I was wearing masks. Yes. So on the carriage, I wore masks and I obviously stayed far away from people as much as I could. And then we stopped like 3 stops, I think, and then we got to Tokyo Station. But many people didn't really get on, so I think I got lucky. And once I reached Tokyo Station, that's where it got a little bit busy. As Tokyo had opened from like the state of emergency had been lifted, so it was open. So basically, it was business as normal. So from Tokyo Station, I had to take the shuttle bus to Tokyo Narita Airport. So that's what I did. But Tokyo Narita Airport shuttle bus was like, I'd say, more busier than I expected. It was about like 60% people. Yeah, the bus was about 60% full, I'd say. And again, did my social distancing, wore my mask, hand sanitized whenever necessary. And about 1 hour later, got to Tokyo Narita Airport, and then there, I think I was the only one to get off in that airport. I think there was more domestic travel, and once I got there, there was literally no flights going anywhere. I think there was only 4 flights the whole day that were functioning, and all the shops were closed. I think McDonald's was open, some other restaurant was open, and a handful of shops were open. And yeah, so that was a case. It was quite a grim moment. And yeah, it was quite eerie. I could see the Tokyo 2020 advertisement playing on the screen. Literally nobody on the concourse. And when it was like our check-in time, that's when the obviously staff arrived. They had their transparent plasticky screen in front of them to protect them and ourselves. And then when we boarded the plane, they did our temperature check. And when we got on the plane, they were wearing goggles, gloves, and mask as well. And we took off, and about 2 hours something later, I basically arrived in Korea. So in Korea, you had to download the Corona ID app, And in immigration, you had to give in your yellow slip, which you had to fill out about any symptoms that you have, or if you are feeling sick. And in immigration, they also check your temperature. And I kind of got unlucky or lucky, I'm not sure. My temperature was a little bit high, so they told me to see a doctor there and there. And the doctors were like literally just on the right side of the immigration place, and I saw the doctor. They did temperature checks on me again. My temperature was like high, so they did a couple more just to make sure. And then after that they were like, okay, now you have to do corona test. So I was quite surprised and a little bit worried, as like, what if I have, like, corona and then I'm stuck in Japan or something like that. But I was like, well, hopefully I don't have it. And I did the test, and it was very painful, especially the nose one. They had a really long syringe looking thing which they stuck up my nose, and yeah, it felt like the syringe thing was like touching the back of my brain or something. Anyway, it hurt really bad. And then they also did my mouth swab, where again they put like the swab right next to your tonsils, so you're like about to puke or something. Anyway, so we did that, and then I had to wait about like 7 hours, I think, to get the results back. I had to stay in a makeshift, like, square tentish area. They had a chair there. They gave me some food and some tin foil if I got like cold or something. So I just slept there for 7 hours, and 4 o'clock in the morning, I got my results back.
Please come back. Don't take the train going down the track. Please don't leave me. Don't you leave me here in misery. Same old story, not too long. About a love that went all wrong. Girl leaves the boy, now she's so sad. Now she's gone and she's so sad. Lover, please come back. Don't take the train going down the track. Please don't leave me. Don't you leave me here in misery. Same old story, not too long. About a love that went all wrong. Girl leaves the boy, now she's so bad. Now she's gone and she's so sad. Lover, please come back. Don't take the train going down the track.
I got my results back. Thank God it was negative, so I was quite happy and relieved, because I was like, I was probably gonna get stuck in Korea if it was positive. They would probably not let me fly back to England. So I was happy, and then went to the transfer area and took a nap. Basically, when I did that, not many people were there, but as it progressed to becoming like morning and slowly it became afternoon, more and more people came, so I saw more people, I guess. And then I got on my flight, and again temperature checks were done, and same thing, like people were wearing masks, and obviously the staff were wearing masks, goggles and everything like that. And once I got to England, I was surprised. I just had to get my luggage, and then basically you just go and scan your passport, and then they do, like, the machine does the identity check, right? So that's it. And then I went past and there was nothing. I was expecting like a thermal check or a temperature check, something like that, but there was nothing like that. So I was like, oh, okay. And then when I went to the arrivals, I think that's one thing that was different. Arrivals, there was like nobody there. You had to walk a little bit further to basically get picked up by people. So I had booked a taxi. So I went out, and then